Good morning, guys. Welcome to Operation Crypto. This is a price analysis update today on Vechain. We covered it around 8-9 days ago now, and some of those buy orders that we didn't mention have been hit. So what we'll do on this video is take a look at some new levels, some areas where we could potentially invest, some entry points, and then we'll have a look at some take profit regions and accumulation points. So let's crack on straight into it. And this is the Vechain, the 3-day chart, and we hit this level of resistance here. We actually blasted right through it here on the 29th of March, right through it, but then we rejected, and I said, look, on the last video, if you're looking for some buys, I'll probably still target this area back down here, this area of liquidity around 7 cent, and that's what's happened. We've wicked up, blasted throughout resistance, but as Bitcoin has had a pullback, in general, it pulls the rest of the market back with it, and that's what happened. A few days ago, we did hit that level at 7 cent, and then we pushed up, and it is looking like now we are trying to blast through that level of resistance again. I think it's bouncing back quite well this morning. It's up 4.63%, which is something not to be sniffed at, so things are looking good. I think if you're looking for buys, we need to go down onto the lower time frames, to be honest. We'll go down to a 4-hour. And I would have said, to be honest, look at this move here. I mean, if we look at this in terms of Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, yeah, we've done a golden ratio retracement, a couple of closures underneath it, but then we've look at that 4-hourly candle that we're pushing on at the minute. That is engulfing. I think we need to get back above 8.1 cent, and I think we'll start to really push on. But we have a slight rejection so far at 8.3 cent. Let's see how the market goes today. Friday is not usually the most bullish day, to be honest. Quite a bit of selling off usually happens, but if we have a bullish Friday, it's going to lead us into a great weekend, and fingers crossed we can push towards that 51k mark, which will then bring altcoins up with it. I think if you're looking for buys on Vechain, I think anywhere under this level of resistance, really 8.3 cent, I think it's a decent level. But what I would do, I would still keep some tether spare, because Bitcoin, it has had that pullback, and we can always get continuation of that pullback. And if it did happen, you'd probably still look at buys down around 6.8 cent, back down towards this wick. So really depends on what Bitcoin does ultimately. If Bitcoin does pull back, we will get those orders filled down here. But for now, we've had a great reaction and things are looking good. Back on the daily time frame, I think we was forming a bullish cross last time we covered it. Yeah, now look at that. We have formed that bullish cross here on the 29th of March, a couple of days ago. Things are looking good, to be honest. I think usually these bullish crossovers or even bearish crossovers do give you a longer-term perspective of which way the price is going to go, and that's exactly what's happening. Just be wary, though. We can retest these moving averages at some stage. I know that we broke above the 20 here. Look at that, we broke out, and then we retested that 20 several times. We have not tested the 50 yet, so what could happen is we could get a slight bit of growth up here now, and then we'll come back down and retest this 50, wherever that's going to be. So it could be around here, a bit further down the line, depending really on how the market goes. But fingers crossed, things do start to push up, and we do get those orders filled if you're looking to buy. I think this is going to be one of the assets to keep your eyes on over the course of the next few weeks. Definitely, especially breaking through this level of resistance. If we do break through this, then we'll probably go on and target the, well, look at that, we've rejected off it already. Another key thing I look for in an uptrend is breaking above that daily average 200, so daily moving average 200. So got close to it and then rejected. I think if you look in the past, on my previous pump, even back to 2020, we used that as support and then we blasted right above it. All price action above that is usually bullish. So I'm expecting if we do reclaim that 200 daily moving average, I think price will really start to push on and we'll start to see some gains. So that's for levels to buy down here. Levels to sell, we need to have a look. So obviously that's a major level of resistance, which we're penetrating now. I think you're going to look at this region next, to be honest. If we put the horizontal ray on from there. So look at that. It was a major level of resistance here. And then it was a support level, resistance, support. Quite a clear and confluent area where we have used quite a little bit of trading before. So that would be an area, personally, I would take profit. That level is at 10 cents. So it's a psychological number too. Psychological numbers. I mean, if you're looking to sell at 10 cents, I'd drop your sell orders a little bit shorter. So potentially 9.8 cents, something around that, because usually the round psychological numbers get dumped off, and usually second or third time asking, it does blast through it. So if you're looking to take initial profit, and I would just drop it slightly short. And that works for any round number. If it's at $1, sell at 98 cents, and you get my drift on that. You probably, if you watch my channel quite often, you'll hear me saying that quite often too. Then levels above that, you're probably going to look at this region up here. Let's mark it up as well. I can't see that happening for a while. There is, sorry. Look, major resistance level here. Use it as support. And there's a couple of support wicks there too. So that's up at 15 cents. A long way off yet, to be honest. I can't see that hitting. What I'm going to do though, I'm currently in a moonbeam trade. When that TP hits, I'm going to look back to Vechain and I've looked to do some trade. So we'll see what's going on there. I think personally, if you're looking for a trade now, we need to see what Bitcoin does. It's starting to push up, but I think there could be a good long opportunity on here from current prices up to this level of resistance here. Maybe have a tight stop loss down towards that bottom of that wick, or maybe towards the bottom of there. Maybe I usually look at around a 5% stop loss, and then look to target that. That's a 24% move up to 10 cents. Risk reward ratio is 4.37, so it's not too bad. R&R on that. Let's see if we do blast through that level of resistance. That's going to come. I think breaking through that 200 daily moving average may be a tough ask. And if you look at the RSI as well, the RSI is slightly overcooked. We've had a drop off, so we could obviously push up to the upside. So just be wary of that. We are slightly overcooked on that, but there's still plenty of room to grow. It just shows you that when you're coming into this area, it's usually a period that you do get a little bit of selling pressure. But we are fighting against the wind here because we're longing into resistance, longing into that 200 moving average. But if Bitcoin starts pushing back up towards 46, 47k, everything else is going to follow it, and that's just the way the market moves. Vice versa, if we fail to get through this, then you could potentially open a short from 8.3 cents, and then look to TP around 6.8 cents down at that region. Finally, we'll just take a look at the BTC, the Satoshi pairs, daily time frame. Again, we are rejecting off that 200 daily moving average down here, so that's the area we need to monitor. And very similar setup to the dollar pair, to be honest. We are rejecting off this area too. We've blasted through it actually, but then we got a rejection off that resistance around 190 Satoshis. I think if you're looking for buys, I would look at 152 sats. I think 152 Satoshis could be a decent buy if you're looking to accumulate via Bitcoin. And also look at the RSI down here. It is again very similar to the dollar pair within that area where you would expect a little bit of selling pressure. If we ever zoom out though, let's just put this on the weekly time frame. I'm not sure if we've got data. No, we've not got the data on this chart, but this has been very high. I mean, we've been up to 475 sats. I think previous to that, I'm sure we've been a lot higher as well. So this has got definitely some legs to grow. It's an asset which I've been pretty much fond of ever since I got into crypto years ago. It's just an asset with a real solid use case. An asset that you should at least hold a little bit. I'm actually out of position at the minute, but I'm looking to get back in. Just end up flipping to some new DeFi projects over the course of the last 6 months. Well, it's been bearish and earning a bit of passive income. So I think it's now time for me to look to get a position back in Vechain prior to this next market cycle that we're going to see. So that's going to do it for today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button. I'll catch you next time.